The Embracing Minds podcast, delivered by Embrace Nonprofit Organization. This podcast aims to improve our understanding of autism and developmental disabilities. We aim to discuss and share stories of inclusion, acceptance, autism, special needs stigma, power, impactful, transformative ideas ranging from practical to social, cultural challenges, and more. With host Ryan Terado.
Hey guys, welcome to the Embracing Mind podcast. My name is Ryan Terado. I am your host for our very first episode. If you've clicked the video, I welcome you and I thank you for joining us. Here on our podcast, on our channel, we're going to be sharing a lot of stories and giving some insight on everyday special needs awareness. And we're going to be talking with some great organizations, interviewing some amazing people involved in all different aspects, because our goal is to spread awareness, connect people, and hopefully build a community. Now, before I bring out our first guest, I kindly ask you to subscribe, share, like our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram. Link is below. We appreciate the love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce an amazing human being, a very hardworking individual with a heart of gold. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said a heart of gold. We've been working in the nightlife industry for over 10 years. I consider him also a friend. He's dedicated a lot of time and worked fundraisers and events throughout New Jersey, New York City, and Miami. Founder and owner of Embrace Abe Ruales.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I appreciate you having me part of the first official Embracing Minds podcast episode. I cannot wait to have some fun and be as informative.
I mean, that's the great thing about social media and all these different podcasts, because podcasts have been around for a long time. Where it's at now with the video podcast and not just being audio, just video and all the technology involved in it, being able to connect. You're over there in Miami, I'm over here in New Jersey.
It's awesome.
So we're able to still make it happen even though we're all different areas. So yeah, man, welcome to the first show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you again, Ryan. Again, super happy to be part of this. I wish that we would have had someone cooler than myself. Been in the nightlife industry for over 15 plus years. And I tell you what, man, when I was like 31, almost 32, which wasn't too far out, honestly, I felt like I was born into the world again with a completely different mindset. It really just brought different feelings to myself and different emotions.
You go through this transition in life and you say you're reborn. So after being reborn, you were inspired. So my question is, who or what inspired you to build this nonprofit?
Great question, Ryan. So honestly, this whole community, what Embrace stands for, I mean, it stands for a lot bigger than one person who motivated me. But if we were to talk about who and why, when I said before that I was reborn, it was some sort of a switch almost in my life, that I went from up and down to literally just flipping it and then feeling different. My nephew plays a huge part, and the inspiration and rather the motivator of this whole thing. So my nephew is 15. He's actually turning 15 October 30th. He is a high functioning autistic young teen, one of the happiest individuals that I've ever came across. He would literally turn your day upside down, in the sense of you can go from sad to really happy really quick. And it's just his ability to make people happy and be able to portray happiness in other people when they don't have it. So I would have to go with my nephew. Big part, big reason why my partner and I created Embrace. It was something that we never thought would happen, but he definitely plays a huge role in the decision making on creating Embrace.
With things in this nature, a lot of times, like it takes a person, whether they know someone, or they have children, or relative, or close friend, creates that spark of an idea. I'd have to say it's nice that I was there for when Embrace started, and at your very first event at the Mad Hatter. Football players, I can't remember what football players were there at this time, but
Jonathan
just
Harrison.
yeah, some of the support from the players,
Yeah.
and you brought out Michael, who I remember till this day.
He was an autistic financial advisor.
Yeah, he was financial advisor.
Had a wife and everything.
He went through it at a different time where it was very hard to get treatment and stuff like that. So for him to be able to do what he's doing, it was like amazing. And then he played instruments too, so like that guy was very talented.
So I mean that party, that event that we had that we just mentioned, that happened November 19th, 2021, I believe. So now we're almost going on 2 years. When that event happened, we were not even anything. I mean, I don't even think our logo was actually created yet. I think it was just a whole bunch of letters in different colors, even though it's still a whole bunch of letters in different colors. Before that, we were not. We were really just two friends that really had a goal. We had a determination to make an impact on the world. Unfortunately, one of our founders is no longer with us, so he had his own endeavor and his personal life. I just kind of took full control of Embrace and the whole direction of where we would go, and that was obviously registering in the organization and making sure that we not only did we do these things in vain, but officially being recognized by the state and everyone who kind of helps these individuals and helps our community.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You had an old partner. People have different goals in life and different paths. You took over, and I feel like you guys took this one idea, which is a great idea. Just like, let's try to throw some events and kind of build like a community. You came in and took over, and then now made it more legit. You're being recognized. Now people are reaching out to Embrace
It was
on Instagram.
definitely not easy, and it's something that took forever. I mean, we it wasn't like it started right then and then. This first event, this first party, it taught us a lot. It made us stronger in a way as a team, and really, to let you guys know, we were event organizers. Yes, we're in the nightlife industry. We know hospitality and customer service, but this was a different type of setting because it was a lot of cold calling, there was a lot of fundraising, and there was a lot of things that we had never done and situations that we were never exposed to. So it really, after throwing that first event, being successful at it and raise well over $6,000, was something for us that we never thought would ever happen. We took that right back and donated to two different families with special needs. We took a whole bunch of different organizations to the American Dream Mall multiple times. We donated to New Horizons and Autism, which I'll later talk about them. That kind of just gave us the strength to see this for what it really could be.
So let's talk about some of these amazing outings and these events that you've been doing.
I mean, I wish that we were made of, of everything so we could have everything and help in every possible way. Right now, due to one, the lack of I mean, we're literally newborns to this whole thing, right? And we're learning every day. So the best thing that we could do right now, we're capable of fundraising. We've learned that. I'm going to start even with the first American Dream. We brought 100 people to the American Dream Mall. It was 100, it was actually about 75 individuals and about 30 caregivers. And honestly, they loved it. It was just one of those things that it was a whole amusement park, first of all, and it was like Nickelodeon theme, and they had food and they had drinks. It was such an amazing first experience for us, going from just hosting an event to then like officially becoming a 501c and actually doing that with no knowledge and no real plan of it. I mean, it flew beautiful. It was so awesome. We were actually awarded four different awards from the state of New Jersey, actually, Bergen County, for doing so. We hosted a program called Access for All out of Mawa, and they were super delighted, and it was awesome for us to do that. And we continued doing that. We did that about three more times. I think the event after that was like about 60 people. Then after that, we did a baseball game. And then we came to Florida and expanded in Florida. And then we did Marlins games here. We did Miami Heat games and barbecues. And we did a field day for a facility called Wow, who has been almost like brother sister to us, and we just continue to have fun. For us, what it's all about, it's what's allowing us to get noticed, get as much exposure from different programs, and meet directors and the individuals. And honestly, it's such a rewarding experience. It's really awesome to even meet some of them.
Let's talk about some of these organizations that you call your brother sister organization that
Yeah.
are now helping us out and very involved with Embrace.
Yeah, one of the big ones, New Horizons and Autism, amazing organization. They have been around for about 30 plus years. They're actually in Toms River, New Jersey. They have about, I would say, three facilities as well as 19 homes all around New Jersey. It's a whole program, and it's a whole thing designed for adults with autism. They helped us with the whole registering process, and they helped us kind of give us insight on how to start and how many people need to be part of the organization. And they were just a huge teacher for us. And we were super grateful for them. We try to always honor them as much as possible. We just did a backpack drive in New Jersey about 3 weeks ago, in which we honored New Horizons and Autism at the event. We gave them a beautiful plaque. So they're a huge part of our New Jersey growth. Samir Papal, executive director, does an amazing job to keep his team together. He does amazing things for the community. He's a huge advocator, and does amazing things for the autistic community. Now, Florida, the Wow Center, I can't even explain the type of happiness that happens in that place. I mean, you could be extremely miserable. I've heard from the teachers, the educators of the school, the program, that
Mm-hmm.
there's been times where they felt miserable in their personal home or their personal life, and they've come
Yeah.
to the Wow Center and they've completely left happy and changed just because these individuals bring a different perspective to what life is really all about. So, I mean,
Yeah.
the Wow Center, super amazing organization, and can't wait to keep growing with them. I can't wait to just meet a whole bunch of individuals and connect with all of them. I've actually personally connected with one, actually two or three, but one of them mainly, his name is Roy. He actually invited me to a Zoom call this morning. It's called 305 Disability. He actually thought it would be cool to invite me, and that's the relationship that we've built. The ability for him to invite me onto a Zoom that has nothing to do with me, but he thinks I could be a good part of. There's more to name. I mean, there's a whole bunch that I can go on. True Learning Therapy, huge friend, amazing organization that helps kids how to play sports and how to position themselves on the field. Uh, I mean,
Yeah.
ACE program Miami. I mean, there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah, the great thing about working with these kind of organizations and this type of entertainment, it's way different than the nightlife. I feel
Well, it's
like,
real. It's real entertainment. You know what I mean?
well, not just that.
There's no fakeness in this. I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
nightlife.
that's what I was getting at. Everybody is like here to help. You know what you guys are doing with these backpacks and these outings, going to the baseball games and basketball games
Yeah,
and some of the
it's
football games
fulfillment.
now.
They love that. Who doesn't want to go to a Marlins baseball game? I mean, for
No,
free,
that's what I'm
especially. You
saying.
know what I mean? Like,
And you
no
know
one.
what? Unfortunately, because of that situation, it is hard for them to do those things. But the fact that Embrace is making it happen and helping out and getting involved, it's great.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
you know
listen,
it's
I haven't seen a direct where someone's saying like, "Hey, well, this sucks," or "Why did I come here?" I think that people enjoy these outings and people actually want to come back. And hey, like, when is the next one, or what are we doing next, or where are we going next? So they just think that we're just gonna go from event to event, which to me that makes me happy because it shows me that they enjoyed what we're doing. That makes it all better. It don't even matter
I
if
mean, we do that in nightlife too. You know what I mean? Like we cater to adults, showing them a good time. You know, a lot of the
yep,
people
yep,
that come out in nightlife, they're coming from different things in their life. They could be having a terrible week, a lot of bad things happening that week, but you know what? They're like, I want to go out. I want to like just enjoy myself, hear some
yep,
music, and
yep,
kind of escape. And like that's what
yep.
we help them escape some of their problems, some of their stress. Now you're doing it in another way, but at the same time, you're doing it for a lot of people that have a hard time to get these things done. And for Embrace to come in and say, "Hey, we got tickets." You bringing them into the Nickelodeon and all this stuff, and it's like, all right, we got the tickets. All you got to do is just you got to get there. If you need help
Yeah.
getting there, Embrace will help get you there too.
I
And
mean,
it's like it's
sometimes,
great.
listen, sometimes we even provide everything out. Like, we just did Paw Patrol at a private movie theater in Township, New Jersey. We
Yeah,
brought 100 individuals. I mean, it was more like 70, same thing as we usually do, 75 individuals and 30 caregivers, 30 or 25, something more or less. And it was a whole thing paid by us, Embrace, and taken care of just for them to have fun, just come in. And I
yeah.
think some of them just got out of school, and it was the whole week was like, let's get out of school and go to the movie theater. It was a Friday night, so it was like Friday night fun. So, and we heard good things about the feedback on this, and the feedback on the families and the directors of these organizations. These individuals are enjoying our events and what we do, and sometimes they come with food. Like this movie theater came with popcorn, sodas, and candy. So
Yeah.
again, we're trying to go above and beyond. Sometimes is a little bit challenging,
Well, I think you
but
guys, honestly, I think you guys are doing great. My last question for you was what kind of future projects you got coming up for the new year, end of the year?
when I first started, I told myself I want to do my first event, and then we did our first event. And I told myself I want to do my second event, and then we did our second event. And then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. I mean, I think we're up until like 16 or 17th event in the past 2 years, which it's still not where we want to be, because I told myself I want to do 12 events the whole year. But it's just, it's really hard with everything else that we do. I didn't get to say it before, but I am general manager of a nightclub, legendary nightclub called M2, and also a manager at the Versace Mansion. So it's tough to spread time, but we are working on a end of year all inclusion gala. I would say mid December. We are looking at hosting probably the best and biggest autism and special needs gala ever. And I mean that because I really want that. I am almost making this event free for everyone just because I want everyone to know that everyone is included no matter what. That is the whole point of Embrace, and that's how we want to end the year. I think there's no better way to do it.
You say you got, you're managing these two venues and it's hard to make the time, but you know what? You make it look easy. People watching and paying attention, you seeing everything you guys are doing, it would look like you did this full time and then that's all you did because of all the stuff you guys are doing. But the fact
Yeah,
that you're managing two other venues, nightlife and like pretty much daytime, because that's more like a restaurant, right? Versace
yeah,
Mansion.
yeah,
It's like more like a very fancy restaurant, and then you're basically going to your night job, managing the nightclub, and then you go home, and then you wake up, and all day you're thinking Embrace, you're
yeah,
working on Embrace, you're
yeah.
handling a lot of stuff. Like honestly, I commend you on that. This is our first episode, everyone, and everyone that's still tuning in right now and watching. We appreciate you sticking around and listening to the conversation and getting to know Abraham and myself. Our next episode, we're going to celebrate, actually, since it's falling right around that time, we're going to be celebrating Halloween 2023. So we're going to be, discussing a lot of safety measures while you're out there trick or treating, while you're going out partying, hanging out at a friend's house, you're going to the bar, you're going to an event, just all the safety precautions. Embrace is all about spreading awareness. We've set up shop in New Jersey, but now we're in Miami, Florida too. So it's just the beginning, and it's great to see how much Embrace has grown in 2 years. Honestly, thinking about that first event and then like the anniversary event that my kids got to hang out and have a great time. It felt like
In which
it
you
was
got to
so
spin. You
well, yeah,
spun
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was the DJ, but also like it felt like it was longer. Like it felt like you had that event and then it went some time, but it was actually only like a couple years. But the thing was, so many things happened in that year that you were doing already. So it was just like all those events and all those outings just made it seem like it was longer, but it was only a year. And then to have the anniversary that I was a part of, seeing the growth in that event and then continuing what you guys are doing now and doing these sporting outings are just amazing.
We got the Jets December 3rd. The Jets, we have 10 sweet tickets. It's just like an all included food and beverage in which we're going to probably take around 6 individuals and 4 parents. That's also going to be kind of like the end of year bang out.
We're going to keep going with this podcast as we move along. We're going to keep everybody updated on what's going on, what we're doing, all our events, our outings, anything that we're involved in. Feel free to reach out to us on our YouTube channel. Any organizers, anybody involved, anybody that wants to get involved or wants to just throw some ideas or helping hand, reach out to us. We're here to connect with everybody. With that said, I want to thank you, Abe, for being our first guest. Abe is also our host and co-creator of the podcast, the Embracing Mind podcast. So I'm happy to share this journey. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you can subscribe, like, share the channel, please do. We appreciate the love. We're going to sign off now. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next time.